Hey, this is Colin Munroe, back in Toronto with Stadium Love Music.
Back of almost beside Community 54. So pretty much right off the bat, I wanted to ask you, is there anything special about the black masking tape that I've seen? Because I saw in Community 54 and I've also seen it in your promo and artwork.
Yeah. The tape is actually, it sort of came from when I used to start to do shows a long time ago, and I would play drums and stand up and sing at the same time. And it got really hard on my fingers and I get blisters all the time, so I started wearing tape around my fingers. And then it became just something that I would do because it was sort of psychologically like almost like putting on armor. And so then people just started noticing that I was doing it all the time, and it just became a thing.
Okay, does that kind of go with the whole unsung hero persona a little bit? Or?
It kind of does. I mean, not intentionally, but that's how it ends up kind of translating.
So with the idea of like being an underdog and the whole unsung hero pretty much, why did you decide to make your new mixtape just the unsung hero? Because you already have Colin Munroe is the unsung hero, so.
I think it's a little bit because the first one felt like it wasn't as refined as it could have been. It was an introduction to me, but this is like a more refined reintroduction. Having been away for a little while and coming back, it just felt like it was time to, you know, pick up where I left off, but also start something new.
Okay. And does that mean, are we gonna get an unsung hero intro, kind of like what we did a couple years ago with the featuring everybody? You know.
No, I didn't do that specifically again. That took a lot of work. And
so no Reeboxes or anything.
There's Reebox moments.
All right.
Yeah.
So with the songs that you've chosen, like Fight of My Life, Invincible, was there a theme you're kind of going for? Because it seems like you have this big obstacle, like insurmountable. Like,
I mean, a lot of it was written during a period where I wasn't allowed to put music out, and things weren't going very well, label-wise and business-wise. So that's what was on my mind. That's what was on my shoulders.
Okay. So with the label, what exactly happened, or can you tell us that, or?
It's complicated. It'll be a story for another day.
Okay. Well, are you still okay with Dallas Austin? Because I know he was.
Oh yeah, no, we're great. Yeah.
So are you gonna work with him on this mixtape coming up, or?
No, I didn't work with him on this mixtape, but I'm sure we'll figure something out in the future.
Okay. So what was the idea behind Your Eyes? Because I don't know, in my mind it sounded like maybe the spiritual successor to like Hungry Eyes or something weird like that.
I was a little bit, I don't know, where did it come from? It just kind of came from getting out of a relationship with a person where there's a lot of mud and a lot of, you know, scars, and you want to come out of something like that and be able to take something good with you. And I don't know, I just thought it was kind of weird. Sometimes maybe the only thing you can take out of it is just the image of a person's eyes, because, you know, the eyes don't really change, they always stay the same. They tell you a lot about a person, so that's kind of where you bring that other perspective.
So the hip-hop community has really embraced you, and I know you said that, but you're also really musically diverse. Have you been able to kind of step out and do other collabos for this mixtape? Because I heard you wanted to work with Best Coast.
Yeah, there was, I mean, the thing that I was able to do with Memory House being on Invincible. I mean, there's always people that I want to work with. It's a matter of being able to, like, have the time and the logistics to be able to make it happen. So yeah.
Okay. And in one of your much earlier interviews, I remember you saying you used to have, like, when you're making a new single or even a new track, it's like a battle within yourself, and you kind of used to stake your self-worth on a song. Has that changed, or?
No, not really.
Not really?
Yeah, I mean, my feeling is that when that changes, that's when you're not, like, relevant as an artist. That's when you're not able to be hungry and make something real happen.
So then for like a song like Flashing Lights, which is like probably one of your biggest breakthrough songs, do you still feel like it's an obstacle or something you still have to surpass, or?
Well, in terms of it being something that got as much attention as it did, yeah. You know, like, there's a competitive part to me that, you know, I wanna pick up where that left off before things kind of went sour. So yeah, definitely I wanna. get past that.
So, and about the cool generation now, that was a little bit a while back.
Yeah.
We were saying, you know, everyone's kind of just making music to fit in. Have you seen that kind of change and shift? I mean, Drake, Wale, a lot of them are starting to at least come out and be a little bit open with their experiences. Have you seen that change, or?
I mean, there's always exceptions.
Yeah.
You know, there's always artists that are gonna cut through that, but you know, the name of the game is still, for the most part, like, who can be the coolest.
Yeah.
You know. So.
So how much have you been able? How much work have you put towards this upcoming mixtape? Has it something you've been doing over the last 2 years, or during your absence, year and a half?
Yeah, it's kind of been. I mean, a lot of it has come together within the past, I'd say, 3 months. But there is stuff that's been in the works on it for at least a year.
And any of the songs that are locked down from the previous label, are we ever going to hear that, or that's just
we'll see
legally?
We'll see.
All right, and what's the one song that you've created or made that you'd want maybe a possible new fan or somebody who's new to your music to hear?
What's a new song that's like already out there?
For me, just any song. Maybe it hasn't even been released. Just that one song.
There's gonna be one song on the album when the album finally comes out that has been the song. It's been with me the longest, and it's probably the closest to me, and that'll be the one that I'd want everyone to hear.
Can you give us a name for that song, or?
Not yet.